Standing here with Ken Wiebe from the Winnipeg Sun. Ken, thanks so much for doing this. Games 3 and 4 in this building were absolutely insane. The noise going up to 124 decibels at one point, only 15,000 fans in the seats. Talk to us about the atmosphere and just what this means to the Winnipeg community.
Yeah, you know what? It was very impressive. Obviously, I've been in a lot of buildings before and even was at Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final in Vancouver in 2011. And you know, the game was different then, but the anticipation with everything on the line was pretty impressive. But as far as Winnipeg goes, it's the best atmosphere we've seen for Game 3. Even the first game the Jets were back, I think there was a lot of pent-up emotion. But, you know, just like for players, when it's a playoff game and playoff atmosphere, I think everything just gets ramped up to that next level. And it was pretty impressive to see and to be a part of, and I'm sure that fans are in the seats will be telling their children and grandchildren for years to come about how special a moment it really was.
What do you think the Jets have learned from the series against the Ducks? I mean, obviously, playoff hockey is a lot different than regular season hockey.
Yeah, we talked about experience or lack thereof for a lot of the Jets players going into the series, and although, you know, they're hanging in there and hanging around, definitely the Ducks have shown that closing ability, and you can only get that from going through it. You can talk about playoffs and needing to go to that next level, but the Ducks have really shown that they are a little bit more battle-tested and battle-hardened. But having said that, you know, all teams go through this. It doesn't matter if you lose in the first or second round. Usually there's a little bit of heartache for a team when they've gone so long without being in the playoffs.
Jay Richardson, you're the PA announcer, of course, for the Winnipeg Jets. The 2 home games here in Winnipeg must have been very special for you. You're introducing the players. How does that feel? You must have been shaking.
It was, I don't know if I was more or less nervous than the players. They probably had a lot of other emotions going on, but no, it's something I thought about ever since I was the PA announcer for the Moose 10 years ago. And, you know, when the team was announced that they were coming back, it was something that I thought of, and then to be there, to see the roar of the crowd for even just the warm-ups, and to hear them when the players came on the ice, and to get texts and tweets from people saying, I can't hear a word you're saying right now. Just the volume in there was something amazing. My ears were ringing for days afterwards. It was pretty special.
One of the great things about this, Jay, is that there's a whole new generation of Jets fans since they made the playoffs the last time, right? A lot of these people weren't born in 1996. How do you think the young kids are feeling? This is pretty special for them.
Well, in a way, I feel like it was a passing of the torch somewhat, because you know, they would have grown up, if they were a hockey fan here in Winnipeg, having heard about this whiteout and what it meant to the fans of the Jets in the day, and seeing YouTube videos, and maybe you get an idea of what it is, but I don't think you really do until you get a chance to come here. So in a way, it was almost like they were taking the challenge from the ghosts of Jets fans past and putting their own spin on it and doing what they could to make sure that it, number one, continued, and number two, became something even more special than it was back in the 80s and the 90s.